So we all know that Joss Whedon is a pretty terrible person. That is not breaking news at all, but what is exciting news that has just come out is the fact that Terrio, the screenwriter for Justice League, has taken total shots at Joss Whedon, calling him for what he is, a disgrace, not only to Justice League, but to Hollywood in general, and to, I guess, society in general in a lot of ways as well, because Joss Whedon is one of these people who continues to claim that he is, or at least he used to do this a lot before a lot of these allegations and accusations started to come out about him. He used to be one of those people that would claim that he is a male feminist. He really respects women, how he's just a true gentleman, a moral superior among our society. And now we are getting all these new things that are breaking about him that are showing that he's really not that type of person. I mean, his own wife has come out to talk about how he is absolutely not a man who respects women whatsoever. He is not this male feminist type of person that he continues to claim to be. Of course, that lines up perfectly with the thing that I continually say in my videos: never trust a male feminist, because they are some of the slimiest people on the planet. So, Justice League writer breaks silence. Whedon cut was vandalism. Now, there are some really brutal things that Terrio says here in this interview about Joss Whedon and about the Justice League cut and everything else. So we're going to be just jumping right into that. Justice League screenwriter Terrio speaks out on the embattled film, calling Joss Whedon's theatrical version an act of vandalism. Woo! Those are some strong words there. So Justice League screenwriter Terrio finally speaks out on the embattled film, calling Joss Whedon's theatrical version an act of vandalism. Tario is the writer behind Zack Snyder's Justice League and Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, which, I mean, the writing in both of those films is not that great, to be honest. I don't know, like, Terrio is, I wouldn't say that Terrio is like an amazing writer at all or anything, especially when it came to Batman v Superman. There's a lot of stuff in there that is just not that great. But all of that aside, it is still leagues better than the absolute dumpster fire that Joss Whedon put out, as well as other major movies like Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker and Argo, for which he won the Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay. Okay, Rise of Skywalker was also terribly written, but Argo was actually not that bad. Maybe it'd be worse if I go back to watch it, but I don't remember the writing in Argo being that terrible. So that's kind of a weird, like, just random monkey wrench and all of that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and just jump right into his comments here. Speaking to Vanity Fair, Terrio has finally revealed what happened during his time working for DC and doesn't mince his words. Good. Let's go ahead and see what he says. The 2017 theatrical cut was an act of vandalism. Ooh. Zack may be too much of a gentleman to say that, but I'm not. When those personal touches were removed from the film in the 2017 version, I was silent because I couldn't really say anything, but of course it hurt. All that remained was a dinosaur skeleton of what had been a great lumbering beast. It might have been a big, unruly beast, and obviously it's 4 hours and the movie is maximalist and it's operatic, and sure, it's a little crazy, but I think the movie is crazy in the best way. I didn't realize how much of the movie was going to be changed or vandalized, in my opinion. It became clear as I spoke to various actors that it was a wholesale dismantling of what had been there before. I did not hear from anyone who said it was a pleasant experience. And of course, that can tie directly into these actors having to work with Joss Whedon, something that we are hearing more and more about from many people who were involved with the crew, saying that Joss Whedon was not a pleasant person to work with, that he was pretty terrible in a lot of ways. So, you know, and of course that lines up pretty well with all of that, which makes sense. I mean, so these are pretty brutal things that he is saying about Warner Brothers and about the Justice League and about Joss Whedon and everything else. So yeah, I mean, it totally lines up and it makes complete sense. Tario, who seems to have been incredibly incensed after seeing the movie for the first time, also reveals that he asked to have his name removed from the theatrical version, but was denied as the prints of the movie had already been completed. Still, Tario is clearly glad that Zack Snyder's that could have just been a complete BS statement from him. You know, he might not have ever actually done that, because I highly doubt that anyone, I have a very hard time believing that anyone in Hollywood would be able to put themselves on that level of integrity to say, no, I will be the bigger man and you may remove my credits from the film. I just don't see like anybody from Hollywood doing that. So I highly doubt he actually did that. Still, Terrio is clearly glad that Zack Snyder's Justice League was finally released and that audiences and critics alike are able to judge a script without wondering what he did or didn't right. Whatever they may think of it, at least they know it's his work, and that is indeed the case. And I absolutely enjoyed the Zack Snyder's Justice League way more than the Joss Whedon Justice League, and it's not even close. I still had problems with Zack Snyder's Justice League as well, but it was not even comparable. Like those two versions of that movie aren't even like on the same level. It is ridiculous. So with that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. What do you think about what Chris Terrio has to say here? Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you later. Bye.
With my heart's desire.